What's up? It's Kamuduclass here from Escalade Music Records. Please check me out on all my social media platforms. Kamu_Class official. That's what's up.
Unlocking December on the afternoon jamboree.
Kamuduclass on the afternoon jamboree.
Oh yes, this is how we do it, man. If you just tuned in, man, it is 1332 Radio BMH Radio, man. Bona on the mix, or in the mix is a Kamuduclass, man. That was hashtag Unlocking December Mix by Kamuduclass. Follow the guy, man, on Instagram. He is Kamuduclass_official, man. Welcome to the show. If you just tuned in, as you're listening now, man, he's playing deep house music, man. This is the afternoon jamboree, a party in the afternoon. Woo! Hey, Kamu.
Hey, how's up?
Are you good, my brother?
I'm alright, man. Thanks. How are you?
I'll bet number.
Nah, it's about time.
It's about time.
Yeah.
So you do you agree with me when I'm saying we are unlocking December?
100%. I mean, it started already. I think when we moved to like full blown out of lockdown,
yeah,
we all knew that we're looking at December now.
And what a way to unlock December with the fire mix, man.
Thank you so much.
Woo! Drop those flames, man, on Instagram, man. People that join me live, man, on Instagram. Thank you. Yeah, 1333 Lihle. What do you think of this mix?
It's a jam. It's heat, actually. I can't even. We've been jamming.
Yeah.
Of A.
Even my guy, man, was uploading the guy here, man. He was sending me a text. I did tell you that my guy plays deep house music.
Yeah.
Details_radio.
Maybe you guys will link up tomorrow.
You'll never know.
For sure, you never know. I mean,
You'll never know.
we just had a young chat just off now, and
Yeah.
it seems like there might be something coming soon.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, Robin, man, thank you for the plug, man. Before we start with our conversation, let me do this.
Kamuduclass on the afternoon jamboree.
Kamu, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been alright, man. Been coping. And your side?
Bon, I've been fantastic, man. I couldn't wait for this day because I went through your page there on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, what better number this guy. And I'm a deep house guy. I've been looking forward to this conversation, man.
Oh, that's great, man. So on Thursday, when the show had to be postponed, I was like, okay, cool. No issue. I know you were making it a big deal, but I was like, nah, don't stress. I'll make time on Tuesday. So I'm glad I'm here now.
I just hope that I didn't inconvenience you in any way.
No, not at all, man. Obviously just had to shuffle a few things around, but I'm here now. Let's rock.
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock. It's festive season. We're feeling it. Thank you so much for unlocking this festive season. We love it.
It's only a pleasure.
Hemona, tell me, who is a Kamuduclass? Let us talk, man.
Kamuduclass. So, my original name is Kamukhelo. So, the Kamu is derived from Kamukhelo, which is my original name. I was born and raised in Limpopo. So I started music production like in 2009. And 2010, I was doing my first year in Johannesburg. So, as soon as I came to the city, and then I started linking up with quite a lot of guys in the industry. And that's how I got into this space where I'm now producing and I'm a DJ. So yeah, that's pretty much what Kamuduclass is all about.
Yeah, and you produce as well.
Yeah, I produce.
You're not just a DJ.
Nah, I think I had 2 records that I just recently produced from my coming EP on the mix that you just played now.
Yes.
So yeah.
Tell me about the mix, man. Break it down for me. What are the highlights on the mix? Or what are the songs that you wanna highlight from the mix?
So as you heard on the mix, there's a very special song that I recently produced. It's called Praying. So I did the vocals some time back, and I only recorded the beats, and the whole production only came in this week.
Yes.
So yeah, that's one song that I really, really enjoy listening to. It's on the EP. I have it lined up on the EP that is coming, I think, early January. So I'm not next year, 2021. So yeah, that's one record that I really, really enjoyed. And I've got some songs, one from Jordi Cabrera from Spain, and I featured another record by Chama Music. So yeah, that's yeah. So that's one guy that I look up to. Actually, we're from the same hometown. So
Wow.
yeah, I've been in chats with him quite a lot, and I love his music. So yeah, those are the few records that I really, really, really enjoy from the mix.
Talking about Chema Music, where are you guys from?
We're from Burgersford, a small town called Burgersford.
In Limpopo.
It's in Limpopo, yes. It's actually, I know we're gonna have a young debate here,
Okay.
but listen, yeah, it's in Limpopo. I can say, yeah, geographically it's in Limpopo, but I see sometimes when you put in the location, when you search Burgersford, it will show you under Mpumalanga, but straight from Burgersford with Pedi, like that.
Siyaokwe.
Wow.
Yes.
Ongquishisa. Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
All right, you are a DJ, deep house DJ.
Yes.
Are you a versatile DJ, or like you just stick to one genre?
No, actually, touch into a lot of other genres. Like I said, I started this thing from 2009. So throughout the whole journey,
Yeah.
I got to experience other genres. And I mean, I play new soul, I play jazz sometimes. I've got songs that are like soulful. I actually started with soulful records. And then I moved to like deep house. Well, not entirely, but I still produce soulful house. And if you listen to my new EP,
Yeah.
there's a bit of soulful, there's a bit of deep house and broken beats. So yeah, I am versatile. Even when I'm DJing live, I
Yeah.
still play different sounds from I mean, I've got sounds that are derived from way back, like Chicago sounds,
Good.
that soulful house, the Cherry Candler.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the type of sound that I play with.
I mean, like off air, we spoke about you having some few gigs that you'll be having this festive season.
Yes.
And I asked you that, have you been to Soweto? Because Soweto is a vibe. Most of the DJs start from Soweto because they know that during this time,
Yeah.
it's lit. It's too much.
Is
So
it-
I want to ask you, what are you waiting for?
You know what? You guys need to speak to your promoters there in the
Yeah,
south.
yeah.
Let your promoters book me for December. I think I've got 2 gigs in Mpumalanga in December.
Yeah.
And I've got one in just actually 2 of my gigs are here in Joburg. There's
Yeah.
one in Maboneng at the Artisans, and I'm a resident DJ also in Rivonia. There's a rooftop
Rooftop.
market. Yes, rooftop market.
Nice.
So I'll be playing a lot there because I'm a resident. So there's a lot of gigs that will be happening around that space, and I will be featured in most of them.
Beautiful.
Tell me about your journey, man. How long did it take you, or did it take people that are booking you to approve of your invoice? Because I know, Mfethu, it's hard to penetrate the market.
It's very hard.
Yes, you'll be telling people who got, you know what, for a set I charge this amount.
Yeah.
How long or did it take you?
Yeah.
Wabona, or did it take people that have been booking you to approve of your invoice? Sometimes you volunteer
Yeah.
to play for free.
Yeah.
I know it's a challenge, man.
Look, I'll tell you what, like this, so like I said, from 2009, I only started taking gigs like from 2015, soon after I dropped my first EP.
Yeah.
I think I dropped my first EP in 2015, and that's got me a couple of gigs. Just a few, actually, because I wasn't really much into like the DJing space. I'm more of a producer than a DJ. I enjoy being behind production than being behind the decks and the booth. So, and the gigs just started coming from people hearing my records. I remember when I got my first gig, it was also in Mpumalanga, that gig. I think I'm getting a lot of gigs from Mpumalanga. So yeah, it was in Mpumalanga. So I got my first gig, and like you said, at times you're going to have a bit of challenges dealing with the promoter with regards to the invoice or the fee that I'm charging and stuff. But we eventually come down to like some sort of like consensus and agreement. So yeah, we're obviously not going to get into like how much we charge and all of those stuff. But it's a big challenge, like you mentioned. Some guys actually do play for free, or they do have other benefits.
But until when, Mfethu? You can't be paying me with a cold drink. or
Yeah,
with-
that's a
Exactly.
big. That's actually a big chat. I saw it was trending I think 2 days ago on my Facebook. There I know of one local DJ in my hometown. It was a big chat with regards to how promoters pay DJs,
Yeah.
versus how they pay the mainstream DJs. So it was a big debate. I was interested in it, but I can tell you now that it can only take you. It depends actually how you're marketing yourself also, because you really need to push yourself as an artist. For someone to actually say, you know what, I can put this price on your name and say, listen, I trust you to play for 2 hours or to play for 1 hour with this amount of money. So it's all a build-up of your work. Your work needs to speak for you. And I always say this, people need to start marketing themselves. You cannot, no one is going to know about you if you're not putting yourself out there.
Listen, Fetu. Most of you guys, you are pushing Fetu.
Yeah.
You put in the hard work, you put in the effort.
Yeah.
But these promoters don't take you serious. What do you think is the reason?
Look, you know what? I think there's a lot of reasons, but the one that is at the top of my head right now is that, look, the industry is wide open at the moment, and as an up-and-coming DJ or a producer, you mustn't forget that you're competing with mainstream artists that already made it. So to actually make it on the main poster or main stage, it becomes a bit of a challenge. So it's just like when you're starting off. People won't take you serious. You go to shows, you perform for free, you do all this hard work, but it doesn't result into anything. Those are the reasons that cause that.
And I'm fit to get debate.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I always try to take myself out of this music politics sometimes, because I know that they trigger some stuff sometimes.
Yeah, because when you wake up in the morning, you gotta know, good. You know what? I worked yesterday,
Yeah.
and this is how much I've made.
Yes. Yeah.
Cold drink, you know,
Yeah, look, there are gigs that pay. It just depends on the arrangement. You have to have some sort of agreement with the promoter, and it has to benefit both parties at the end of the day. If it's one-sided, then I don't know. I'm not for it. But I know that there's a lot of guys that will persevere and work through that and until something gives. So, yeah.
So, sorry, Gadaffi.
Yes.
So, when it comes to your set that you you prepare for a certain gig, do you normally check, for example, Soweto? I mean, like Soweto's Tanda Mapiano and all of that.
Yes.
Do you you do play that kind of set, or like it goes by how you feel?
So there's a lot of preparation that goes behind, you know, the whole set, the playlist as well. And also, I mean, just before you go to a venue, sometimes you do a bit of research, like, and most of these venues, we know them. So I know that in this particular venue, they play this type of sound. And the crowd that is there is they receive deep house well, or they receive soulful house. But it just depends on the venue, the place. But for me, I do prepare. Luckily, I've got a show that I host. It's my podcast show. It's called Sophisticated Sounds. Every Thursday, I drop like hot mixes there. So I tend to like test waters. I use that show to kind of test waters as we diving into the weekend, because I drop the mix on Thursday. So I use my podcast to kind of prepare and gauge what sounds are trending, what sounds are people listening to, what new music dropped. So I always have like new music that is that I showcase on my show.
If you just tuned in, man, we're still hanging out with Kamuduclass _official, man. Check out his handle, man, on Instagram. It is 13:45. After the break, we are talking about him ending up in Italy, or I don't know whether he was in Italy physically or a kapina fella. And he's got what is this? Yeah, he's currently working on an EP to drop next year in January, man. Talking about that after the break, when I just stay tuned in, man. And he also has a brand new single. It is titled Back in the Day, man. Let us do this. We are unlocking December.
Unlocking December on the afternoon jamboree.
Kamuduclass on the afternoon jamboree. Kamuduclass on the afternoon jamboree.
Fire, 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 fire.
Unlocking December on the afternoon jamboree.
Kamuduclass on the afternoon jamboree.
Hi. Fire, Kamuduclass.
Yes, sir.
I wanna we unlock a kankani December.
I know it has to.
Yo,
Yo,
Lockdown has been.
it's been 6 months.
It's time now, hey.
It's about time.
damn Kamuduclass man has unlocked December. Hantle. Hagetibi. The person that is coming on a Thursday. Hey, under pressure.
Oh, under pressure. Yeah.
There's a benchmark here.
Yo.
Kamu has set the bar very high with this fire song and a fire mix
Oh, thanks.
to top it off. Kamu, tell me about this song, man.
Which one?
Back in the day.
Back in the days.
Yes.
So like I said, this song I recently produced it. I think it's about like 3 weeks old now. So I'm behind the production and sample the vocals a little bit there and there and chop them around. That's just post-production stuff. But this song it's actually because I've been working on a lot on soulful house songs. So I just felt like on this EP I need to bring in, or I'd rather need to introduce like some deep house songs. And for me, I vibe with spoken vocals. If you listen to the song, there's some spoken vocals on it. So I like that because you kind of grab the listener's attention. It's almost like someone talking to you. But at the same time, there's the music in the background, which is the beat. Yeah. So that song, it's about like 3 weeks old. I love it. It's some soulful, deep house song. And I don't want people to actually classify me as a deep house or soulful house producer or whatever. I just make music, man.
Hey, man, I don't know if it's Italy, man.
The Italy. Actually, so like I said, I dropped my first EP in 2015, I think around December. So I got approached by a label from Italy, Dolce Combas Recordings. I've been listening to those guys since I started with this music thing. They make soulful house, and I think they've worked with quite a number of guys in South Africa. And they hit me up. They said they like one song that I did with Nolwazi Mabena. And then we started chatting about how to collaborate because they're based in Italy and I'm here. There was also like some kind of language barrier as well. But we managed because they work with this one guy that speaks English fluently. So I was, most of the time I was in chats with him. Then they asked me to produce the beat on my side. Produced the beat, I recorded the vocals, so they just helped me to kind of distribute and to publish the music. So that was like an international release. So that's how it happened. And the guys came, I think a year later, they came to South Africa to work with some guys. They had a tour actually here in South Africa, and then they requested that we work on another record. We did that song, but it never, I don't know. I actually don't know what happened to it. Since then, I've just been chatting with them through emails. We've just been following each other on social media. The relationship is still there. I really want to work with them again because these are the guys that I grew up listening to. And it was such a pleasure when they invited me to the studio to actually like produce something for them to go on their stable. That was major for me. And I think 2015, I don't know how old I was, but I was very young. So I didn't really care about contracts and stuff. For me, it was more about exposure at that time. And, you know, when you get that call up to, you know, to drop your music on an international label, and to think that was my first EP, actually, that was my first release on digital platforms.
Oh, yeah.
So that was great, and that's how I got to end up with the guys from Italy.
Let us talk about the project that you are currently working on to be released in January. And we're wrapping up as we're talking about this EP, man. Tell me about it.
we haven't really. Okay, so I've got like 5 records on it, but I'm thinking of adding one more. But now I was talking to my manager. My manager's like, nah, if you add one more song, that's gonna almost qualify you digitally as an album, and you don't wanna drop an album now. It's like, so we had a whole back and chat for so we're still trying to decide if we're keeping it like an album, a mini album, 6-track, 7-track album, or an EP of like about 4 tracks. So I have the 4 tracks. 2 tracks are still going through mastering process with my sound engineer, and most of the songs I don't have like the vocals, because like I said, I just worked with whatever I have in my studio. I didn't want to bother a lot of people, because this with like, let's collaborate, let's do this. So most of the records I produced them myself, and I do have 2 vocals that I recorded some years back. I just never released the music, so I brought them back in. You guys will hear it as soon as the EP drops.
It's the one and that.
Had to retrospect.
Wow, we need it.
Kamu, man, thank you for joining us, man.
It's a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. It's been a real pleasure. It's been a jive here in the studio, actually, with the whole deep house sound.
I can feel it, bruh.
One
You see those hashtag unlocking December.
Yes.
You did the right thing, my guy.
I'm glad.
Sibonga.
Wow, what a great choice.
Thank you.
And what a way to open it.
We love it.
Where do people find you, man, on the socials and bookings?
So on social media, straight Instagram, it's Kamuduclass _official, and Facebook is Kamuduclass, and Twitter is Kamu_Duclass. In terms of like gigs, I've got a residency in Rivonia, Rooftop. You can find me there every single weekend. I'm playing there, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm definitely there.
Better number like a Sunday.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, we're rocking. Last week, Saturday, we had a show. My boys from Limpopo came through. Shout out to Caesar. He's the one that organized the whole thing. Shout out to there's Nelson Tubachali. He's the one that also organized the show last week. We pulled it off with that bad weather, but still the show was rocking. Shout out to the guys.
Go to Rivonia, man, and watch the guy as his DJ in there. And stop this thing of going to major one. Major one. Ototo mamela di man.
Mamela number.
Ototo number.
You see now.
His name is Kamuduclass, man. Let me do this. What's this?
Kamuduclass on the afternoon jamboree.
And they say when it's nice, man, we play it one more time.